Hey there, Julia Rose here. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest for everyone else with Timeless Collective Messages. This is so beautiful, this energy. It's a transformation that has been a long time in the making, which you're probably seeing a lot of messages about this, or you're seeing 555. The fives are especially significant to you at this time, as well as the sevens, 711, 911, 1111, and 1010. 777 or ascending numbers 789, ascending numbers with 7, 567, 678, 789. You're being reminded that your heart is leading you forward in this transformation. You're probably hearing that a lot too, and I feel some of you have been receiving the same messages over and over and over again, and been kind of frustrated by the fact that Spirit isn't telling you anything different. I'm here to say Spirit is speaking through me to say that that's for a reason. You hold so much potential in your heart, and potential sees more than expectation. Potential in you sees the highest outcome of every moment and is able to surrender to what feels best aligned with your flow. And that's unique to you. So stop putting the brakes on every time you get something started, because it's creating a lot of tension that's making it more difficult for you to continue moving ahead. And again, Spirit keeps giving me this analogy, chipping away at the block. It's tedious work sometimes. And it pays off. You're starting to trust the process more than ever. And if this is something you're still struggling with, this is your message. This is the key, most crucial information that will help you navigate this transition. Trusting the process. Trusting that maybe the end goal will change as you continue to show up moment by moment. Spirit showed me this thing yesterday called signal versus noise. And so you write down your task list of things to do, and you pick the 3 or 5 most important things, and every time, every moment that you are focused on those 5 things you want to accomplish in a day, that's signal, that's focus. Anytime you're distracted or focus on, see, I stuttered over it, distracted or focusing on something else, that's called noise. Highly productive people aim for a ratio of more signal to noise. I'm not trying to say that necessarily you're trying to become a more productive person. For some of you, you're healing from overproductivity and trying to reset your nervous system and find a way to down-regulate. For a lot of you, you've already learned how to do that. You've already been able to slow down and go within to retreat and rest. Where you're struggling is finding that kickstart energy that can keep you moving forward, that can propel you into continuous action. Now, this is specifically for the people who are not struggling with anxiety. If anxiety, general overwhelm, or panic attacks, or social anxiety, nervous strains, waking up in the middle of the night with hot sweats, insomnia, these kinds of things, this is an indication of your system, your server, your brain, your nervous system server needing to reset and decompress. Now, for those of you who are feeling a bit more on the other end of lethargic, moving slowly, but not feeling any sense of enthusiasm or feeling isolated, that's a really huge one. as well as lonely. This is an indication that your nervous system actually needs to become a bit more active to propel you forward. So you might be looking into natural remedies, herbal remedies, if you're needing assistance and wondering exactly what spirit has in store for you with regards to an herbal regimen. Book that session with me, because I will channel directly exactly what to take, how to take it, and when to take it for you in a half-hour session. Again, all of my services are on sale for this month of July. So everything's marked down over 25%. You don't have to worry about putting in a code or anything. Now's your chance to go ahead and book that reading, book that Reiki session, book that psychic surgery, book the herbal regimen download. All right, let's get back into the message. The link to book with me is in the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night at the full moon sound bath and download here on YouTube. It's going to be live streamed at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time in the evening. So, coming back to this regulation of your nervous system, Spirit is showing you that sometimes you need to pause, sometimes you need to move. And your nervous system is learning safety in movement again. For those of you who've been kind of in a more down and out energy, isolated, withdrawn, pulling back from people, setting heavy boundaries, to the point that there are walls around you, kind of shielding you in. Your fulfillment now is going to come from balancing your awareness of knowing that you have that protection available to you, balancing that with stepping up and stepping out to be seen again, to reconnect, understanding it's safe to do so. All that time you've been withdrawn and isolated, you've been working on yourself. You've been working to change everything. So of course, now that you step out, it's going to be different, but sometimes your brain is going to tell you otherwise. All the memories. I'm seeing some of you are moving or just moved or are going to be moving shortly. You don't have anything to worry about because you are so secure and protected. Spirit is standing by your side, walking you through every single one of these transitions. Okay? You know how to tune in, you know how to tune out, and you know what to listen to. You know how to recognize the signs because you feel in your body more. You are understanding of exactly what your body is thinking and feeling at any given moment. So, be patient and trust the process. Everything is working out exactly as it's meant to. Okay. This instinctual understanding of exactly what you need in any given moment is what's being brought to the forefront right now. We have She-Wolf. Unleash the wild within. Some of you have really been afraid of stepping out into the light again, to be seen by others and recognized by others, to be in connection, and it makes you very suspicious of others. Spirit's asking you to trust that the right people are being brought to you right now. Again, you know how to recognize the signs, both in your body and patterns around you. You're okay. You're okay. We've got the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. We already have two sevens here. And I think we have another one there. Yeah. Sevens everywhere. And two aces in this reading, but we'll get there. Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands, Three of Cups, Five of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. It's so interesting because I feel like you're gonna start feeling different, doing the same things that you normally do. You're just gonna be feeling different inside your body, the way your consciousness is reacting and receiving information. For those of you who are psychic, you're going through a lot of changes in your psychism, the way that you tune in, the way you tap out. For those of you who are hypersensitive, you're going to remain sensitive. It's just that the way that your body navigates the energies is changing, and that's a lot to do with this full moon. A lot of you are feeling it as a very heavy, kind, almost destabilizing energy, but we're going to get into that tomorrow night. This is kind of like the precursor, but also just checking in. Checking in. Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands. I feel like you're expecting an uphill battle. You're expecting an uphill battle. You're expecting people to instantly oppose you and to experience you, to receive your presence for the first time and go, I don't think so. But that's not going to happen. And I feel like it's because of this power that you're reclaiming that you're afraid how people are going to react to it on the one hand. But on the other hand, you're actually going to learn how safe connections can be. For some of you, this is healing workplace trauma. I wanted to say karma. So for some of you, this is healing workplace karma. That not everyone's out to get you. That is part of the spiritual awakening process, but you're actually going to be around people that will prove to you what Spirit's been telling you and what I've been telling you and what other readers have been telling you. Nobody's out to get you. And your thoughts create such a powerful effect and magnetizing force on your consciousness. It's so important that you are staying focused on what really matters to you. It's kind of like that signal versus noise energy. When you're laser focused, when you're on par with what it is that you're drawing in, when you are focused on what your alignment is, then that's bringing more of that same frequency to you. It's creating more alignment. The more you operate in alignment, the more you're creating alignment in your life. It becomes very easy to navigate the changes and the flow of how your days happen. A lot of you have been feeling insecure and unsteady with the minor changes in the way your schedule moves due to things that are out of your control. But I'm seeing that as you're healing your relationship to your own body, you're healing your relationship to your own nervous system. It's healing your instincts that know how to adapt to change in any possible moment. And that's a really powerful thing. That's a really powerful thing. Yeah, the moon's energy is so strong here. So for some of you, you're working through your moon sign karma and kind of learning how to balance your moon sign energy. For those of you who don't know what your astrology signs are, you can look them up on any free birth chart generator online. I like cafe astrology. So that's actually going to give you a really good pointer towards your self-care, because your moon sign is where you feel at home, most comfortable when you're tuned in to yourself. And the more you're familiar with what kind of energy it is, well, is it an earth sign? Is it a fire sign? An earth sign might be charged or recharged by spending time tending towards the physical body. A fire sign might be charged by stimulating creativity and exercise, things like that. An air sign might be recharged by connecting with others, or researching, or meditating. A water sign might be healed by inner work, self-reflection, processing your emotions, or more directly, taking a bath, spending time in the sauna, or being at the beach. at a lake, a body of water, a river even. Again, some basic examples, but you're learning how to cultivate, that's powerful. You're learning how to cultivate this anchor inside of you that is supporting your ability to be flexible. And that's actually not by spending all of your time in your moon energy, but balancing your moon energy with your sun. The sun is the core of who you are, so that actually might be even deeper medicine for you to look into elementally what that means for you, but also in terms of anything you find, even asking Chat GPT. I tell you, I've asked some interesting questions to Chat GPT, and I gotta tell you, I am shocked by how much sense it's making to me. So don't rule it out. Don't knock it till you try it. Okay? What does self-care look like for a blank sun, a blank moon, and a blank ascendant? Outline a weekly self-care ritual. Chat GPT. For my moon sign. What's the best way to eat for a fire sign? Or that'd probably be your ascendant. Get creative. Just see what it says. If it doesn't resonate, you can ask a different question or just be like, whatever. Just an idea. So I'm seeing some of you are also going to be working with crystals more. You're really embracing your own personal individual sense of mysticism, and this is really going to positively and profoundly impact the way you're moving through your life. Okay? It's going to give you the assistance that you've been looking for to, wow, heal the discrepancies between your mind, body, and spirit to bring you back into alignment. I like that a lot. And again, the word is patience. The word is patience. And to not assume, especially with these new people that you're meeting, that everyone's going to switch up on you like this. For some of you, you're actually around people that are more curious about your spiritual self than they might let on, or they might be comfortable exploring. You're learning how to give yourself permission to live your life. And in that permission you give yourself, other people are actually being freed from their own limiting beliefs and self-doubts. That's a beautiful thing. That's beautiful. I'm going to come over here to the next row. We have the eagle. See from a higher perspective. Hawks could be, yeah, we have, so some of you are connecting more with the animal kingdom, not just the crystal kingdom. Hawks could be especially significant to you here. But again, we have the owl. The owl is significant as well. Speaking to the wisdom. But the eagle is so much more than just freedom, it's independence. So let's see. Here we have the chariot. There's your third seven. The Four of Cups. King of Cups. No, that's the Knight of Cups. I wanted to say the King though, so we'll get into why. The Hermit. And the Nine of Wands. 9-9. Do we have another one? No. Okay. But you're seeing nines for sure. 3-6-9 as well. 3-4-5. Blue orbs. You're seeing blue orbs, or you're drawn to the color blue. The blue color is really significant here. At least that's what Spirit's telling me. All right, Eagle, Chariot, Four of Cups, Knight of Cups. the Hermit, and the Nine of Wands, that feels like sharp duality. That feels really sharp in the change. You're opening up to new levels of consciousness, is directly what Spirit is saying to me. And as you're opening yourself to receive higher wisdom, you're able to see more into the depths of things, deeper seeds of reality. Because again, I'm seeing this notion of life can only meet you as deeply as you meet yourself, or others can only connect with you as deeply as you connect with yourself. And it's that same kind of energy here as it applies to wisdom too, because you're expanding your vision. That's really interesting because I'm feeling a lot of third eye activations for you, and but third eye activations as a consequence of expanding your crown and raising your vibration to receive direct downloads from beings of higher dimensions, beings of higher frequencies. Maybe your star family, maybe other beings here in bodies, maybe ascended masters, maybe fairy godmothers. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's opening you up to a new pathway for creating. Like your process is changing. Because I'm seeing as much as you've been trying to balance and regulate, your tendency is to swing back to extremes because that's all you know. You only know extremely outgoing or extremely withdrawn. Because your nervous system only knows those extremes. It only knows like oversharing or being silent. And as you're expanding your consciousness to integrate more knowledge, questions that you're asking about the universe, questions that you're asking about your spirit guides, questions that you're asking about how to see yourself differently in order to live your life differently or to actually stay consistently on the timelines that you're creating with all of your desires. It's it's like it wants to be unstable, but spirit's like no. Because is it the fulcrum that's the top of a pyramid? At this point at which, like, if it were a seesaw, something like this, like that point at the top where everything balances. It's like you're learning how to see things from that perspective. Does that make sense? Like, but you're also healing straight and narrow timelines. What do you mean by that? Oh, you're getting on the straight and narrow, which just means your alignment. You're getting back into your alignment, which is that kind of straight and narrow path that Spirit was saying, because it's showing you how out of balance you were when you were in both extremes. Now, that's not to say that it's just gonna constantly be even and steady. Your life is constantly in flux. You are in flow. Alignment is a flow for a reason. That's again why I'm seeing you connect with the energy of the color blue. You're connecting with water to show you the like the wave pattern, but also just seeing how something can be itself and go through so many changes and be what you might say is unstable. You're healing your perspective, your self perceptions. And that's a really interesting way to read this, but I want to see what else Spirit wants to say about the Chariot, the Four of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Hermit, and the Nine of Wands. But as I'm saying that, it really tracks. It really does. It makes sense. being the third perspective in duality, the higher perspective instead of the extreme, and being balanced in yourself by understanding your own extremes, meditating and asking spirit for answers and for clarity, for activations, for higher wisdom, for divine downloads, expanding your consciousness. Sometimes I don't feel like your meditations have always been a very like active practice. For some of you, it's just been about kind of tuning out, shutting down, closing off, about just focusing on your breath. But I'm seeing your meditations becoming a more active process for you to get into the energy of flow. Because what I'm seeing here with this Four of Cups is like normally this would be something that, okay, well, the cup's coming in from behind the tree, person sitting there can't see it, but you absolutely can. It's not behind the tree. It's like where it would have been over here, the cup's coming right into your third eye. It's coming right into your peripheral vision. Like it's coming out through your peripheral, gosh, through your peripheral vision and into your line of sight. You're drawing in the answers that you need. You're drawing in the answers that you need. And this is healing your emotional reality so much. It's actually showing you a really gentle perspective of yourself. I'm just hearing celebrate your wins. Spirit is helping you celebrate your wins. And that is such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. The Knight of Cups is also the healing waters. Can't even make it up. Some of you might be going through an anointing process, or you have anointing oils or waters. Maybe a pilgrimage here was significant for someone, or Spirit's going to be taking you on a spiritual pilgrimage. Yeah, when that tracks here, the Hermit. Tuning out of worldly consciousness for a while. But see, it's the extreme here again with the 9 and the 9. The Hermit and then the 9 of Wands. The I can transcend this to everything is so hard. But where's the balance in those? Where's the balance in those? I want to pivot here, but Spirit was just downloading. They're just saying that your flow is different every day. Every way. Your flow is different every day. That doesn't mean that your timelines are changing. Let's be clear about that too. Your flow, your natural rhythms, your energy levels move through cycles. Just because one day you're super excited and you can get a lot done, and then you're super social, and then the next week you're like, yeah, nope, tune out, bye. That doesn't mean that you're not still in alignment with the timeline you're wanting to create. The freest version of you doesn't shame yourself for taking the rest that you need and going at a pace that feels right to you. The freest version of you doesn't go against your own grain. That doesn't mean, so sometimes that means pushing yourself to get something done or to get through something. Sometimes that means sitting something out. But I feel like that's such a beautiful pivot, Spirit. You always know what's up. I can't make this. You know now. I remember saying this in a reading like a month ago. Spirit is teaching you how to take care of yourself and how to be who you need in order to get to where you're going. How to be your own best supporter, your own best coach. Reparenting. We have Earth Mother. Feel loved and comforted. We have the butterflies here, the holly, the ferns, the ivy. But again, yeah, the symbol in the corner there, honoring your cycles. Honoring your cycles. Honoring your cycles. Let's break it down. We've got the Five of Pentacles. The Emperor. The Emperor's been coming out a lot, hasn't it? The Ace of Swords. In the middle of the reading, smack center. Page of Swords. And the Page of Pentacles. Didn't these two just come out with a different deck that I used literally yesterday? No, that was the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. The Page of Pentacles was coming out too. Wow. Lots of change here. Lots of change. I feel like you're healing forms of escapism too, or at least the perspectives you have around unhealthy coping mechanisms. Yeah, that's really huge. That's really huge here. Can you break it down, Spirit? For some of you, this just comes from trusting yourself more. You were so used to being invalidated and invisible that even when it comes to things that you're familiar with now, you still second guess and doubt yourself. Kind of like with these patterns that you're recognizing in new people, or patterns that you have definitely seen in others that are familiar to you. I feel like you've had this instinct to try to show yourself that you're wrong. Or it's this kind of looming loop in your head, a subconscious voice that says, "No, you can't do this. You're wrong about that. No, you can't do that. No, you won't do that. No, 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 no." And I just hear you're taking a stand. Like I'm seeing grabbing the bull by the horns. You are you are taking charge of your mind. And you're not letting your mind run away with your alignment or derail your alignment. Because your mind does absolutely have the ability to do that. To try to take you into a shame spiral, to be like, no, you're changing too fast. Nope, can't do that. To say, oh, well, no, that looks way too good to be true. Or you're right to be suspicious for no reason. A healthy dose of skepticism and optimism are necessary for a balanced diet, Spirit says. So I just feel like you're starting to recognize where you actually have more choices available to you than you've allowed yourself to really see in the past. You really haven't always given yourself the opportunity to see multiple sides or multiple options, but then feel into you for what is the right way forward, what feels like the best alignment for you. Yeah. A lot of you are going to be doing grid work if you haven't already been taking up more grid work in your practice. This is a confirmation and a reminder that Spirit is calling you to do this and that you should be focused on this as a part of your meditation practice, in addition to whatever balancing or regulating practices you have. And I know for some people, there might be folks out there thinking, like, yeah, well, I can't believe you do that, just to calm your nervous system. But if these things actually work for you and you're doing the work on your consciousness, then be a little bit more forgiving of yourself for feeling like you need all of these things. Because this world as it currently is not built for sensitive nervous systems. So it takes a lot more regulating for you than the average person to come back into alignment and to feel steady and safe in your body. It takes a little bit more for you. And that's okay. Maybe that means you need an extra nap or an extra hour of sleep at night. Or you have to be a little bit more strict with what you eat because your body's so easily affected by foods. Or sometimes you need to cancel plans even though you don't want to, and it could have been something you were looking forward to. These are all okay. And I feel like you're in this energy right now where you're not getting mad at yourself for having needs. Where in the past you might not have recognized where you were talking yourself out of what you need or what makes you feel really good and healthy. It's this love and care. I mean, to an even greater extent, you're feeling Gaia try to pull herself back into alignment by caring and loving herself. And that is also pushing you to do the same. There's a lot of newness here. It's like you're relearning your humanness. Yes, you're relearning your humanness. You're trusting your instincts more, trusting your human instincts. And that's where we started, right? Trusting your instincts becoming more clear to you. That's also a consequence of raising your consciousness and clearing out the mental and physical clutter. Mm-hmm. Seeing things in a new light, seeing yourself in a new light. I feel like some of you are also afraid, and I have this issue too. I feel like my spirit team, I feel like I have to overperform to be worthy of how much they love me. And I know how that feels. So I know that that's how you're feeling too. Maybe not all the time. It's not all the time for me, but I know that it's it can feel difficult to trust that feeling so safe and nourished, that actually relaxing enough to go with the flow of what feels right to you is the right course of action, or that you feel like you're not doing enough or living up to some kind of expectation that wasn't really set. Okay, we're going to take this a little deeper. So, your your spirit guides and your ancestors, the creator, the angels that walk with you, they're not guiding you and trying to get you to do things because you're constantly messing up. They're not here. connecting with you because the stakes are so high that if you don't listen to every single thing that they say, everything's just going to fall apart. And it's even deeper than that, too. They're wanting you and encouraging you to stay in alignment with the contracts that you're here to fulfill, that you are the one that wrote before you got here. They're trying to help you declutter your mind and your body and give you the necessary push. Remind you and give you the validation that yes, you are on the right track. Yes, you are hearing correctly. Yes, you know what to do. Yes, just do it. They're not giving you all of this validation and this confirmation because you can't hear them. And because you're destined to fail without them. That's not the case at all. And sometimes if you feel like they're taking a step back, it's because they're wanting you to trust yourself, to rely on yourself. Because creation here on earth comes from you. It comes through you. They can help you with certain decisions. They can help remind you of what's within you. But it's not necessary to give your power away to them, all of your decision making away to them. And I feel like for some of you, this might be all of you actually, but most of you feeling that this part resonates with you, that you are healing through acceptance wounds, should I say rejection wounds? Spirit is trying to help you heal that as well by getting you to lean on yourself. And trust that when you have inspiration or you want to take action on something, that's not without reason and that's not without purpose. That you are in alignment. And of course, starting the journey can be hard. Of saying, oh, well, Spirit's taking a step back and everything's falling apart because now I'm back at square one. Well, no. Especially for those of you who are highly psychic and highly sensitive and constantly checking in, tuning in. Spirit will step back. Your higher self will shut down some of your instincts, your psychic abilities, to get you to trust yourself and to listen to the wisdom of your body, to listen to the wisdom of your soul without judgment. Without judgment. And that's gonna make me cry because some of you guys are still so hard on yourselves. You're still so hard on yourself and you're so hard and mean to yourself. Hard on your body. Hard on your mind. Belittling yourself and berating yourself. It's not helping you. It's not helping you. What's going to help you move forward is feeling loved and comforted like Mother Earth. Earth Mother, feeling loved and comforted. So, yes, you need discipline, but being mean to yourself is never the answer. Sometimes you might have to be a little strict with clarity. Being honest is different from being a bully. Okay? And if you're relearning how to be sensitive towards yourself because you didn't grow up in an environment that was sensitive to you, then that takes a little bit more conscious awareness of recognizing when you could be a little bit nicer to yourself. Because that's not empowering you to be cruel and critical. And your entire quantum body is responding to that. Your thoughts affect your body so much. Gentle encouragement, soft corrections. It's like if you were talking to a little kid. Is yelling and screaming at them the answer? Are they going to respond to that the way that you want them to? They might, but you don't want your body terrified of you. Um, for safety and protection, that's a little different, but that's not what I'm talking about here. You're learning a new way of discipline. Not discipline as like a really strict way for you to exist. Maybe for some of you that's what you're healing, or that's lifetimes of stuff that you've been working through. Oh, Spirit, bring that back. That was important. The way you're healing discipline is is redefining discipline. Is it acting in alignment, maintaining momentum that honors your current energy cycles and flow? Or is it forcing yourself past everything that seemed possible? You're the only one that knows the right way for you. You're the only one that knows what's going to feel best to you. All I'm offering is a alternative suggestion that being overly critical to the point of degrading to yourself is not going to help. I know it's never helped me. So, moving to the last row of cards here, we have the witch. Be the light. Any other witches out here? Hi. Witch, be the light. And I feel I love this alignment here, this flow. It feels so uplifting and supportive. And I feel like that's the energy that you need. Your consciousness, you uplifting and supporting your own consciousness, uplifting and supporting yourself. So let's get into it. We have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Fool, and the Two of Cups. Wow. What a way to end. What a way to end the reading. Page of Cups, the Eight of, I want to say the moon. Again, it's the moon here. It's fear, it's illusion, it's the subconscious mind. It's your cycles, your self-reflection, all of these things. Hmm. Page of Cups, Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Fool, the Two of Cups. You're learning how to trust your own guidance. That's even more than trusting your own instincts. You know, you ever hear someone say something like, or you've probably said this before, well, do what I say, not what I do. You're learning how to walk the walk. And I feel like you've been, yeah, kind of echoing the message I uploaded yesterday a little bit here. You're healing from a lot of betrayal, but also all of the times that you gave up on yourself because you didn't think that the outcome was possible. The most obvious example I can think of would be an exercise routine. For those of you looking to improve your health, it feels like your mind has been working against you, but that's why you're learning how to re-nurture yourself, but also manifest these things to use your creative potential and your creative intentions to facilitate the alignment for the energy to flow. That's powerful. So for some of you, this is prayer, this is meditating, this is getting into ritual, this is journaling. It really just depends. It really just depends. Yeah. For some of you, this is going to be aided in collaboration. People may or may not specifically or explicitly tell you this is what they're helping you with, but at a soul level, you might know. Mm-hmm. And I see you now because you're healing the reasons why you walked away from things by shining light and love on every single thing that has ever come to an end in your life. Forgiving yourself for the things that you maybe wish you would have stuck with. You're actually re-empowering yourself and reigniting your own passion and determination and belief in the outcome you desire, no matter how long it takes. You're healing your belief in your dreams that no, if you dream something, it's not just because it's like out there, it might happen, might not, whatever. It's because it's actually possible. It already exists somewhere. Otherwise, you wouldn't see it. And now, because that's about to come to fruition, by virtue of you seeing it and believing in it, doing whatever you want to do to get in alignment with that, you know exactly what to do. The process is starting to become fun for you because you're believing that the outcome is inevitable. And if you don't believe the outcome is inevitable, that something's going to derail it, or that you are going to derail it, then you have to really ask yourself why. Is that really true? And what are you genuinely afraid of? What are you honest to God afraid of? Because it might not be what you think. All right, I'm going to get a few closing messages from the messages from your future self oracle. This adorable little deck that I created, 59 messages for you from Spirit for Love, and I did that nice little background. They always are so on point. They're always so on point. So I'm excited to see exactly what's coming through because they just sum up the energy of a reading so brilliantly and give you like that last this go. So let's see. Spirit, closing messages for yeah, give more to receive more. Number 38 breaking down to 11. Give more to receive more. So for some of you, this is giving yourself more love to receive and recognize where love is all around you. And for some of you, this means showing up in your relationships differently, showing up at your job differently. Or, yeah, even giving. This is also coming back to rituals or offerings or ceremonies that you're presenting and creating to give more tangible reality to your dreams. Yeah. Again, just like healing your belief that your dreams are possible. Some of you, I'm seeing you ask in a meditation, asking your spirit team or asking unassigned angels to help you see a bit more clearly what the possibilities could be, not for you to get attached to something, but for you to genuinely see the possibility of something that you want actually panning out for you. Now, granted, you might not see everything, you might not see a lot, or spirit might say, you know what, you're just gonna have to trust. But the more you believe in the possibility, the more you're gonna give to it, and the more you're actually gonna get out of it. Okay. I can't. That is the entire, like, this is this whole message. 42. Follow your guidance on this one. That is the whole message. That is the whole message. Anything else here? Again, confirmation, create more balance in all areas, number 56. But I was also hearing that you need to take inspiration. The people that are further along than you, or that you perceive more successful at the things that you're wanting to get into, let them be your inspiration. Let them be a measurement of how much can come from something that you pour into. That your manifestations of abundance are all abundance in whatever it is that you're creating is from an abundance of giving to it. Mm-hmm. And putting in effort, but again, following your flow in it. Okay, last message. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you want to close this message with? Okay, that was a lot of cards. Do you want all of these? I'm not going to take all of them. Okay, let's try that again, Spirit. Any other messages from the future selves of the collective? Okay. Again, confirmation. Changing your self-talk, number 10. And yes, all the throat and heart chakra activations for you all is getting itchy, and now you can see. Okay. Changing your self-talk. And know that this will be successful. You will pass this test. Because Spirit's saying you already have, you just have to see it through. Number 17. And I think that's the message. I'm going to leave that there. You're doing amazing. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, drop a lemon. Drop a lemon. Drop a lemon. I don't know why a lemon, but Spirit was showing me a lemon, so if anyone knows the spiritual meaning of a lemon, you're welcome to tell us. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you clicked on this video. Welcome to our soul tribe. Please subscribe to my channel so you can stick around and join us for the live streams and get notified every time I upload a video and go live. and when I post. And I'll see you very soon. I'm going to continue um, my messages today over on Patreon. The link for that is in the description box below. It's only $11.11 a month to join. You'll get access to all of my past recordings. All of it is ad-free content. We've got energy healings, exclusive channeled messages, also exclusive energy healings, and exclusive extended readings to my YouTube uploads. All right. I will see you in the next one, fam. Check out all the links in the description box if you haven't already, if you're new here and want to get a feel for what I've got going on.